Alright, it's my last video on this nonsense. This is the reason why I warned y'all from the door about getting involved with products that have not been here for long enough time and products that do not back themselves up with no proper testing whatsoever. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and our Cardboard PC Kingdom. Right here you have Parte is talking over about fusion light energy. Doesn't know anything about fusion light energy, doesn't know anything about his own product, which is called Gain Range, which is, again, we have contacted him multiple times. Go to the blacklist, you can see where we have reached out to him multiple times, asking him about this Gain Range nonsense, and he can't reply back to us. Can't reply back to any of the customers. I found one customer up in the UK who can't even tell us what it is. So again, making things up, which is considered to be consumer fraud, and this is something he's going to be facing later on this year. But as I said before, you can't make things up and say that they actually exist when technically they do not exist at all, period. As you can see down here, I can blow this up a little bit for you. You can see that he had this video happen. He made was 6 months ago, which means he hasn't had any activity on any of his products 6 months ago. That's a long time. That's a long time to show you have nothing going on, period. And as I told you before, on his website, he can't back up anything that his products are saying. Yes, there are people that have been contacting him. He says he's being harassed, but there are people just contacting him, asking him simple questions about, hey, I'm buying this from Mr. Bird. Can you ship it out to him? You know what I mean? So and so on. And he's been ignoring them because, again, the products don't work. Mind, this guy canceled our orders, gave us back our money. And keep in mind, he removed $13 million people, not dollars, 13 million people in county and the state of Pennsylvania due to the fact he couldn't ship the item out to us because, again, his product is fraudulent. It doesn't work. The range gain or gain range nonsense is completely false. And I saw a little video clip of a tiny little screen he was showing off to me. I know rear projection. That's not enough to know rear projection at all, period. That's not enough for a company to allow you to spray over a huge sheet of glass that costs thousands of dollars on a piece of plexiglass that you pull up that says that, hey, I know rear projection. You don't have enough knowledge for that. Anyway, get into the fact that he has not shown any demonstrations, and 6 months ago was his last demonstration. Right there, shows this video. That's his last demonstration. If you go to his website's still there. So technically, he's paying money monthly for a site that he can't make money off of because, again, the products are fraudulent. This Black Series A came up gray multiple times in demonstrations. We watched that happen where the screen came up gray. It couldn't even produce a proper black level. That's on the blacklist. You can see that for yourself. Where the guy McAfee continued to lie in the demonstrations. Says it has rear projection capabilities. We didn't see enough demonstrations on rear to even claim that to begin with. And again, the specification sheet is not there. The gain range capability, claiming that his screen basically produces 2 different gains at the same time, but at the same time it produces 2 gains. It's based on application technique. There's no videos, no information, so that's clearly all fraud from the door. Claiming that he made the products basically from scratch, another lie right there from the door. It's just a whole bunch of lies in this. And as you can see, this product claiming to be his black paint is not available due to the fact that he can't sell something that doesn't even work. As a matter of fact, he shouldn't be selling any of this stuff. The copyright symbols here are not registered, so that's all fake. His installment, he says, Parte's installment from humble beginnings, again, non-existing. There's no screen in the pictures at all whatsoever. So it's a hot mess on this website. And again, everything on this website is not as described because, again, the painting process itself is a nightmare. So no, not even worth the time. That's pretty much basically about it. Just clearing it up that the other person who calls himself making screen paints, which was Crow's Products, and he is nowhere to be found on the internet. He also disconnected his site completely altogether. As you can see, only we pop up, talking about how his products were fraudulent and how he was ripping people off. So we pop up there. But other than that, his website's not even there anymore. It used to, some signs of the website would show up showing that it was disconnected, but right now it's showing that the site is no longer there at all, period. I think my stand is loose a little bit down here. I feel like it's loose. But other than that, yeah. So I told you, short-lived, poorly made products that cannot stand the test of time nor finish the race. that will leave you out in the open with your products, your screens, like I said, being destroyed due to the fact that, you know, they'll damage your screen because there's not enough testing involved. You have to test products. You have to. You don't test them, you run into what these guys run through. This guy right here is paying for a website that he pretty much can't make money off of. He can't back up anything on a website and what it does. The range gain is non-existing. Everything else he has on there is fake. His specification sheets are way too short to be selling screen paint products, so he's not even there. And he hasn't made a video, judging by his YouTube account. He hasn't made a video in 6 months. So that's 6 months ago. And for Mr. Rogers, just to let you know, if you want to call yourself making a rear projection screen paint, this is what you're going to have to be able to produce. A screen that absorbs sunlight, not a screen sitting in a dark environment with you taking a little tiny screen and just flashing in front of a projector saying, hey, look, I have rear projection. You know how many people have that type of rear projection? A dime a dozen have that rear projection. And many people have my rear projection that can absorb 100,000 lux of sunlight? Nobody. That's what makes us different from everybody else. All right, people, that's it for me. I'm done. I just want to clear that up real quick. Yeah, those two are done. They're completely done. They're definitely done. Yeah, he hasn't made anything in 6 months. That's it. You see, one of them collapsed. The other one collapses right along with them because they need each other to support each other with the nonsense they're doing. And with the other one running, because, again, he's gotten himself into a lot of legal trouble. This one right here is going to be right behind him next. All right, got to go. And as for, oh, yeah, I forgot. As for Mr. Williams, yeah, that is definitely a no from the door. Number one, the guy is basically definitely ripping off God, not a preacher. Again, I told you we did a background check on him. There's no thing saying that he's ever a preacher. There's no documents. There's nothing. There's no church, not a thing. But yet he's collecting money to try to usher people and get them closer to Christ, but he's stealing from God. I don't know where you're putting this money at that you're collecting off a PayPal account and off a Cash App, but there's nothing there. But I told you, after the holidays are up, I am going to call the proper authorities to have you investigated. All right, got to go, and God bless.